I was looking at the Dodger lineup, and you start to look at Mookie Betts won an MVP, Freddie Freeman an MVP, Ohtani's got 3 MVPs, Clayton Kershaw has an MVP. So that's 4 players, 6 MVP totals. And I started to think, let's look at other lineups here of how many MVPs have been in a lineup in baseball history. Now, the Yankees, this year's Yankees have 4 players who have won MVPs, 4 MVPs total. Now, Goldschmidt didn't win his MVP with the Yankees, and Cody Bellinger didn't win his MVP with them. Giancarlo Stanton didn't win his MVP, so it's Aaron Judge. The Dodgers in 2024, Kershaw, Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie. The Dodgers in 2022, Betts, Freeman, Kershaw, Bellinger. 1996 Red Sox, Canseco, Clemens, Mo Vaughn, and Andre Dawson. But how many MVPs? Canseco didn't win his MVP there. Dawson didn't win his MVP there. Clemens won his MVP there. Did Mo Vaughn win his MVP there, I believe?
He did.
Okay. The Angels in 1982, Rod Carew, Don Baylor, Fred Lynn, and Reggie Jackson. But Freddie won it with the Red Sox. Carew, did Rod win it with the Angels or the Twins? Did Reggie win the MVP with the Angels or the A's?
The A's.
A's, okay. See, that's the difference here. I'm looking at a team that won the MVP on those teams. The Reds, Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, George Foster, Pete Rose. They won their MVPs with the Reds. Yes, Marvin?
So I don't think you can count this year's Dodgers because Mookie won in Boston.
Yeah. Still impressive, though, to have MVPs in the lineup.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah. I still look at that 78 Reds team, Bench, Morgan, Foster, and Rose, and all 4 of those won MVPs with the Reds. Greatest National League lineup in history, in my opinion. Yes, Marv?
I'm legit asking.
Okay.
For the fans in Cincinnati that watch that team, do you think they should have won
Yes.
more?
Yes. Yeah. They faced Brooks Robinson and the Orioles in 1970, but that 70 Orioles team had 4 20-game winners. Oakland was just better when they faced Oakland. They were better. They beat the Red Sox, one of the great World Series of all time. Then they swept the Yankees. They embarrassed the Yankees. They probably should have won 2 more out of that. But I'm going to be fair to Baltimore. It was a great lineup, pitching, hitting, defense, and Oakland just had the Reds' numbers. Even the Mets, when they'd play in the playoffs, seemed to have the Reds' numbers. But that lineup, I put that National League against anybody. That lineup against any National League lineup. Pitching staff wasn't great. Had a Hall of Fame manager in Sparky Anderson. But when you talk about, you had Bench, you had Perez, Morgan. Concepcion, to me, is a Hall of Famer. Pete Rose, George Foster, Cesar Geronimo, one of the best defensive players in the game. Ken Griffey Jr. Then you had George Foster, who came in, and he had 50 home runs back when people weren't hitting 50 home runs. That was a powerful team. Danny Dreesen was on the bench. I mean, they had a really good team. Yeah, Paulie.
I'm looking at a couple other lineups in somewhat recent history that had 3 killers that were back to back to back. The 1996 Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr., Jay Buhner, and A-Rod. 49 homers, 44 homers, and 36 homers in the 96 season. Mm-hmm. That's a nice lineup.
And the Dodgers have 1, 2, 3. Like, that's what's so impressive is you got MVP. And the fact that you got Ohtani leading off. See, that's what makes it so difficult for a pitching staff or a pitcher. Your first batter is Ohtani. You don't get to ease into the lineup. You might have a guy who's a leadoff guy who gets on base and maybe steals a bit. I mean, that's the way it used to be. Now he's here. And can you imagine? You're gearing up for your start. You're spending 4 days to get ready. You're doing everything. You're checking out scouting report. You're down there long throwing, and then you got your bullpen session. Then you're ready to go, and all of a sudden your teammates, come on, let's go, let's go. And then Ohtani gets to the plate, and it's just like that.
High pressure right out of the gate.
And pitchers have to kind of, the mound is always different than the mound in the bullpen, and it's just a different feel and all of that. And you're trying to settle in, and all of a sudden, that's why Ricky Henderson, I think he led off 79 games with home runs. Something incredible. Just imagine. You start the game, and it's like, damn it, he did it.
The best.
And you go in there saying, I'm not going to give him something to hit. I'd rather walk him than have him, take me deep.